How's everyone doing today? I went by my local Blockbuster. Yes, Blockbuster's still around by me. They closed down a bunch of the stores by me, but there's still one available, still one around. It's holding on strong. I think they already signed the lease agreement, so they're still there. I don't know how long they're going to stay. I'm not, the way Blockbuster's going, I think they're all out in Canada. Every time I do a Blockbuster update video, people are like, there's still Blockbuster around? They all closed down by me. Yeah, I know. They're closing down everywhere. There's still one by me. They're right down the street, in fact. And let me know if you still have a Blockbuster in your area as well. Yeah, that's one thing that these kids these days, they're going to miss out on that. It's like a social interaction. It's like, you go to these stores, you talk to you talk to the employees there, you talk about movies, get recommendations, things like that. Although the employees of my Blockbuster, they're not that knowledgeable. I'm usually like, oh, what's this movie? I'm like, bang. They're talking about, I can't remember what this movie was. I was like, it's Miller's Crossing, get with it, come on. Classic, Coen Brothers, come on, do it. I'm always telling them the movies and recommending them the movies, but, growing up, though, that was a big part of, the fun. You're going to these video stores, these rental stores, these mom and pop stores, Joe's Video, Easy Video, Captain Home Video, going to them, and I would sneak in the back room. If you guys know what I'm talking about, if you were around during those times, the back room. But, I would love seeing the VHS horror covers. Oh, the artwork was amazing. Best artwork, that VHS cover art, love it. But you know what, Blockbuster, they bought out all the mom and pop ones and things like that, and Hollywood Video's long gone, all the different ones like that. Blockbuster, they're the only video store around left still. I mean, you just got red boxes everywhere now. It's just, you're taking out that human interaction. People are becoming less social. You have all these social networking sites, but that's making people less social because they're not actually going out and talking to the people and hanging out with the people. Like, oh, when's the last time you talked to you so-and-so? Oh, I talked to them yesterday on Facebook. Nah, it doesn't count. Come on, man. Get with it. Hang out with people, go out, play some basketball, play some baseball, some football, get out there, do something. Go out, talk to some movies, get a movie club going. I'm going off on a rant, but anyways, I picked up this nice stack right here from Blockbuster. A few DVDs. I'll go over those first. They had a couple ones that were, $1.99 a piece. I figured, why not? I'll take a chance. Nothing like the holidays. It looks like a Latin Christmas kind of thing going on. Most of the characters in here are actors who are of Latin descent, except for Deborah Messing. I don't believe she's Latin. She's kind of red hair. You've got Luis Guzman, who I always love the heck out of Luis Guzman. You've got Jay Hernandez, which he should be in more movies. Why isn't he in more movies? I think he's a very underrated actor. You've got John Leguizamo, great comedian. He's kind of trailing off with the acting. The last few movies I've seen him in acting-wise, I'm kind of disappointed in, honestly. But I love him as a comedian, though. Alfred Molina, classic actor. Oh, fantastic. Spider-Man 2. He was Doc Ock. That was the best Spider-Man movie by far. Frida. If you haven't seen Frida with Selma Hayek, mwah, muy picante, beautiful no matter what her eyebrows look like. I should talk. I've got crazy eyebrows, but she was Alfred Molina was in there with Frida. Love that movie. Freddie Rodriguez is in here too. This looks like fun. I like Christmas movies. I like the cast, so it was like $2. Why the heck not? It's a blind buy. I'll check it out if I have. I haven't seen it yet. Good things. If not, $2, not too big a waste. And again, if you've seen any of these movies, let me know what you think of them as well, because a lot of these ones I haven't seen yet. Next up, another $2 one right here, Callista Flockhart in Fragile. I guess it's like a creepy ghost story. It looked creepy. I was like, sweet, I'm in. I didn't even know Callista Flockhart was in it at first. And Callista Flockhart, I think her and Harrison Ford are still together. I was never a big fan of that show, Ally McBeal. That was like a huge success. But she always looked so creepy skinny. She had like that anorexic skinny. Like, if I could see your bones in your skin, like if I could see the indentation, I'm like, ooh, I feel like I'm going to break you or something. Makes me skeeved out. But this actually looks, that creature right there, that ghost, looks creepy. Kind of looks like a 9 Inch Nails or Marilyn Manson version of the Ghost of Mars kind of thing going on right there. It looks creepy. But yeah, this looks interesting. I guess it's a Mercy Hall's Children's Hospital is about to close for good. Blah, 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 blah. Ghost presence, creepiness going on. I haven't seen this one. $2. Looks creepy. Why the heck not? Next one. The few of these I haven't seen. I haven't seen this one either. Brothers Bloom, another $2 one. The cast, Rachel Weisz. I like Rachel Weisz a lot. Mark Ruffalo's kind of hit or miss. He's kind of like a subdued actor in most of his roles. Adrian Brody, that nose, the schnoz, man, kills me. Just chisel that down. You got some money? I don't know. Every time I see him, that nose is just so prominent. It's like comical. I like him in some stuff. I don't like him in other stuff, like The Pianist, fantastic movie. Predators, I kind of felt like he was miscast in that one, but Brothers Bloom, just seemed kind of interesting. He's got a little pork pie hat going on right there. All their lives, brothers, blah blah blah, perfected to the they're con men brothers essentially, and I guess they're trying to con an eccentric heiress right there. So it's their last score kind of thing, and I guess they get caught up in it, and maybe some romance in there probably too, but some elaborate twists and turns probably. It looks kind of fun. I really, Rachel Weisz, why was she not in the third Mummy movie? Come on, what are you doing? And next up are all Blu-rays. I don't have Blu-ray cases left. I'm going to go get some more. Again, if you haven't seen where I got my Blu-ray cases from, I did a whole video where I got my Blu-ray replacement cases from. Click right here and it'll bring you to that video. I got to hit those dudes up and get some more Blu-ray replacement cases. A lot of people aren't even aware that if you get these Blockbuster ones, you can actually replace the cases. They just put them in there. I don't know why they even put them in these DVD cases, but you can take the artwork out right there and just put it into a Blu-ray case. But nice interior artwork for that, by the way, the other guys. I did watch this movie, and I'll talk about that in a second when I get this sucker pushed back in here. For right now, disastrous. I don't know why Blockbuster does these stupid DVD cases, but I don't know, maybe they save a little bit of money. Whatever. But yeah, the next stack right here, they had a 5 for $20 deal for the Blu-rays, so $4 a piece, blind buys, why the heck not? I did end up watching the other guys right here. This is the unrated other edition. I guess it has, some extended stuff and all that kind of good stuff. Mark Wahlberg, fantastic actor. Will Ferrell, I like him in some stuff, but one of my favorite Will Ferrell movie, hands down, is Stranger Than Fiction. It's not his typical slapstick, over-the-top, ridiculous humor kind of stuff. It's a black comedy movie, and it has Maggie Gyllenhaal. It has a few other well-known people in there. Queen Latifah, I think, is in there. Dustin Hoffman, a few other people. But Stranger Than Fiction, if you haven't seen that, definitely check that out. It's a darker comedy movie, and I absolutely love that one. It's one of my all-time favorite comedy movies, actually. I've seen it a few times now, and it just keeps getting better and better after each watch. But the other guys, you know what? I really did not care for this one. You've got The Rock and Samuel L. Jackson. They're like these superstar cops, and something ends up happening to them, and then these guys who are just kind of like desk duty cops, they have to basically take over. And Michael Keaton is, I think, the captain of the police squad in here, and he, it's great to see Michael Keaton in movies. I love him. He's still the best Batman in my opinion. And this one is just, it's over the top humor. You know what you're gonna get with this kind of movie. You see the trailers, it's just ridiculousness and over the top. Even Mendez is in here. Oh my gosh, she plays Will Ferrell's wife. So gorgeous. And the best part for me was actually Will Ferrell. He was a pimp in college. That was hilarious. All of the scenes with him being a pimp in college was just hilarious to me. That was the best part of the movie. Besides that, though, I didn't really enjoy it. It was just too absurd, too ridiculous. It seems like they're trying too hard with it. And it wasn't for me. Even some of the interaction didn't really work for me. But I don't know. It had some moments, but overall, I'm probably just gonna keep this in my collection because girls seem to like these kinds of movies, and so I'll put it on when I'm hanging out with a girl or something like that. But there you go. And next up is Seth Rogen in Observe and Report. And I've heard so many people were raving about this movie and saying, "Oh, you gotta check this movie out. It's so funny." Awful. Hated it. Oh. I'm not a big fan of Seth Rogen as the lead actor. In a supporting role, I think he's much better. Like in 40-Year-Old Virgin, amazing. Superbad, amazing. But when he's a lead actor, I'm just not a fan. Basically, this was Seth Rogen's take on Paul Blart Mall Cop. It's just basically what that is. It's just over-the-top ridiculousness, crude humor. It doesn't work for me. That chick right there is super hot. What the heck is her name? I always forget her name. Ray Liotta's in here as a cop. Anna Faris, beautiful. Oh, gorgeous. But basically, he's a mall cop. He lives with his mom, and he's trying to date this chick right here. I think she's like a makeup counter girl, and she's awful. Just an awful human being. But I will say the scene where they're at the dinner date is kind of funny, how raunchy it is, and it's crude humor, it's over the top, it's ridiculous, it's Seth Rogen, it's what you expect. But personally, I hated this movie. It's a movie I never want to see again. Awful. It was a battle of attrition to even get through this. I like Ray Liotta, I like Anna Faris, but again, Seth Rogen, I'm just not a big fan of him in the lead role. As a supporting actor, he does well, but drop some crap. Leaving that in, whatever. But as a lead actor, I'm just not a fan of his lead roles and movies. All the ones that I've seen him in leads just wasn't for me, and this is not for me at all. In fact, if anybody wants to do a trade for this, let me know, please. please, let's do a trade for this. It plays perfectly, no issues. Again, Blu-rays, they don't really have the same issues as DVDs do. They're more durable. Next up is Law Abiding Citizen right here with Jamie Foxx and Gerard Butler. I still haven't seen this one yet. Unrated director's cut. I guess somebody, who's the villain here? I think Jamie Foxx is like a cop, and Gerard Butler is a prisoner, and he goes to jail for something, and blah blah blah. Upstanding family man whose wife and daughter were brutally murdered during a home invasion. When killers are caught, he's a Philadelphia prosecutor, alright, and assigned to the case, testifying as his plans, blah 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 blah. I don't know, whatever. It's kind of a crime drama thriller, lots of action, explosions. The write-up is a little bit long to go over the whole synopsis right there. Actually, it's one of the more longer synopsises of a film I've seen on here. It's kind of surprising, actually. But anyways, for the trailers, it seems like action overload, and Gerard Butler's a badass who's in jail, and he's trying to get revenge on the people that killed his wife and daughter, and blah 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 blah. I like Jamie Foxx a lot as an actor. Gerard Butler, kind of hit or miss for me personally. I like him in some stuff, hate him in other stuff, so we'll see. But I really dig Jamie Foxx as an actor. So, hoping for good things. And next up is Final Destination. Haven't seen this one. It has that crappy rental thing down there at the bottom, whatever. You know, $4, figured blind buy, why not take the chance? The third Final Destination movie was one of the worst movies I've ever seen. It was just so awful. The effects were ridiculous. The acting was horrible. It's just so over the top, and I'm hoping this one will be a little bit better. I think there's one more after this one. I don't think this is the final. I don't know, is this the last one? Is this number 5 or is this number 4? I don't know. There's just so many of these movies that are just crapped out every year. The Saw movies. This is going to be, you know, there's the final Saw movie. No, of course, I knew it was going to be the final one. They're working on another one. That's going to come out soon, too. Ugh, I'm just so tired of all these movies crapped out every year. Paranormal Activity, every year, blah. Why don't you get some originals? Trick or Treat. That was an amazing original film, great horror anthology movie, and it went straight to DVD. They actually held on to it for a couple of years. It was made in 2007. It wasn't released until 2009. They should have put that out in theaters instead of Saw, Final Destination, Paranormal Activity every single year. I'm tired of all that stuff, all the recycled same stuff every year where, So I don't know, you know, I figured I'd take a chance. Maybe it'll be some fun stuff. I liked the first one a lot. The second one was decent, you know, had its moments, but I'm not sure if there's the 4th or 5th one. I figured why not take a chance. I haven't seen it. And Sherlock Holmes, this is the first one. I actually have seen this one now. I actually picked up the Steelbook. I really enjoyed this one. I enjoyed it way more than the sequel. I know a lot of people say they like the sequel better. For me, the sequel was just, the action was so monotonous, it was so over the top. The slowed down action sequences kind of took me out of the action, and the whole Sherlock Holmes, like the mind thing where he would see something in his head before he does it, and then it would just repeat that. That just really took me out of the action. That happened like 4 times in the sequel, you know, where he's, you know, thinking about what the different things will happen, the different outcomes of each action, and then that'll play out the different things, and then he'll like, okay, now I'm going to do this, and then that actual scene happens. I'm like, really? Come on, that's just overload. I think this only happens once in this movie, but it happens like 4 or 5 times in the sequel. Even the villain at the end, when they have to show it, the villain does it too. I'm like, really? So tired of that. But this one was way better. It was just entertaining. It was fun. It's Sherlock Holmes. You know, he comes to the different theories and things that he thinks of. You know, he just figures out the different situations. And this one too. You know, you have Rachel McAdams. She was in the second one like for just a couple minutes. I wish there was more with Rachel McAdams in the second one. But you've got Jude Law, Robert Downey Jr., and Rachel McAdams in here. Really just entertaining movie. So it's just a fun time. It was a good take on it. You know, I'm looking forward to the third one. The second one just wasn't for me. Guy Pearce, just, you know, to expect with his kind of action sequences. But the first one, way better in my opinion. Very enjoyable. I actually did pick up the Steelbook, so if anybody, this has the little rental thing down at the bottom. It was $4, why the heck not? I ended up liking it, so I picked up the Best Buy Steelbook. So if anybody wants to trade for this one, let me know. If anybody wants to trade for this one and Observe and Report, let me know. I'll do some trades right there. Blue Rizzles. I'll even take some horror DVDs. If you have DVDs, I'll trade that for that too. But let me know. And again, if you've seen any of these movies, definitely let me know what you think of it. Leave me a comment or a video response down below. Hope everyone's doing well. Take care.